Hello everyone, it's Corey from Floodway here. I just want to chime in quick here about calibrating and adjusting these off contact scales on ROQ Automatic presses, and not only how to calibrate, how to kind of zero them out, but more importantly how to kind of communicate off contact when you're working in a team or working across different projects. So stay tuned. We're going to adjust them all first and then wrap up with some explanation about how we communicate off contact between the team. Alright, so first let me explain what we've got going on here. On the ROQ press there is a sticker here with a dial, that goes along with your off contact adjustment. And I'll show this close up here, but when you're cruising through here and adjusting your off contact, you just want to be sure that that 4 millimeters is 4 millimeters, or more importantly that a 3 millimeter off contact on this side and a 3 millimeter off contact on this side are actually both the same distance off the platen as they say they are. And an important part of that is zeroing them out. It's just a sticker, which I assume is probably placed by a human or something, and it's on here by an Allen key, so who knows, it could move around or get bumped into this or that. It's definitely worth checking. So that's what we're doing today, and I'm gonna have a look at all 7 heads of this bad boy. Okay, so the way that I was explained to do this was to put a screen in the press, to put it down, to manually lower the off contact until it was totally flat against the platen, and then adjust all those dials to 0, which makes sense. But the first thing I thought is that the screen is mesh inside. It's not a solid, it's not, well, it flexes. It has a tension that's not 100%, so I thought that when I was lowering that down, how could I tell that it was like firmly, accurately 0? I don't know. And the other part, like, an aluminum frame isn't always perfectly square. That kind of gave me some worries, and I couldn't really see across it as good as I thought I might be able to with something else. So I had my buddy make this thing. Let me show you. It's kind of big and heavy, but all it really is 2 pieces of MDF tacked together. This is the exact size of a 20 by 31 inch screen. I should know this, right? That's gonna go in the head, and that will give us a nice flat surface to gauge this off of. So let's check it out. So I've made my way like halfway around the press now, and some of them are pretty good, but some of them have been like 1 or 2 millimeters off. And I'm not talking just like it says 0 millimeters and it's actually 2 millimeters. I'm talking like the left side is 2 millimeters and the right side says 4 millimeters, and it's 2 millimeters between both of them. So that's not super good. I've been using my gap checker tool, which I'll show here close up, to kind of check everything as I go. But that's the reason this is important, because setting standards can be kind of tricky when you don't have a good baseline, You don't want to always say, hey, shirts should be at 3 millimeters of off contact, but it's nice to be able to say like, hey, start at 3 millimeters and have your operator have the press reflect that direction, you know what I mean? Not have them kind of chasing their tail, trying to figure out, that the dial isn't accurate or something silly like that. Let them focus on the actual process. So that's what we're up to here. All right, so I made it around the whole press, and the last thing to do is to put the off contact back from 0 to like 4 millimeters, because last thing you want is for these guys to come in after your little weekend project and just be super confused about why everything is totally bottomed out. So thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to say I appreciate it if you've stuck around so far, listen to me ramble on about off contact. But remember, the most important thing here is just that these numbers are a reference point. They're not really a standard. They're just a reference point for one of the many variables, and the more of these reference points you can control, the more of these variables you can control, the easier those setups go, the better quality those prints are, and just the smoother your whole day-to-day goes. So hope this helps someone. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, for something that took me like 30 or 20 or 30 minutes here on press, I waited way too long to do this. But I gotta say, the unexpected benefit of this whole putting it off process is that we couldn't rely on those off contact indicators. We had to look at the screen, and that's something that, you know, I really got to stress the importance of, is that these are just a reference point for those variables, and it's really the feedback from the screen that's gonna tell you all about it. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, and again, I just want to say thanks for watching. If you want to see more of this stuff, obviously I gotta ask you to like and subscribe and all that stuff, because I would love to show you more of the shop, and that's what's gonna kind of give me a kick in the butt to do it. So leave some comments below as well if you'd like. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have about screen printing, making the process easier, or just shop life in general. So, all right, thanks again.